Originally, in the early days, we funded everything that we needed for a response on our own nickel. So we didn't look like much of a group. I used to go down to the thrift store and buy wool clothing. Initially, we used our own equipment because there was nothing else available other than the coveralls, the hard ARP helmet. So we funded everything we needed. And some had more, some had less, some could afford more, some could afford less. But the need was get whatever you can to stay healthy and stay alive in these calls.
In the beginning, we relied a little bit on municipal funding. We would get some support from the 3 municipalities on the North Shore. Again, it was an ask all the time. The provincial government wasn't contributing anything in those days.
The changes that we have experienced over from 1970, 80 to 90, magnificent in terms of contribution, not only from the Provincial Emergency Program, but also from people like Kinsmen, Kiwanis, the service clubs, which we would go to and say, we need ground-to-air radio, would you please help us out?
The Legions, they're another big contributor. Not large sums of money, but consistently providing some money.
We did lots of interesting fundraising. We would sell hot dogs at the firefighters' hose reel.
Well, the hose reel, it was an event that the firefighters had until mid-2000s. So a bunch of us flipped hamburgers and did work beer gardens.
The sustained funding was hose rail and then finally gaming commission, to which we could apply for specific things. They would analyze it and approve the funding and check and confirm we'd spent the money as requested for the purpose, had to be noted. So there was a check and balance.
And our team was always proactive in trying new things.
The evolution of funding for North Shore Rescue has included some of the local organizations. One, for example, for a number of years, the North Shore Credit Union, now known as Blue Shore Financial, was a major supporter of the team.
The team has benefited by lots of relationships, and Arc'teryx being one, because we needed good quality, reliable, waterproof equipment. And there are many times when Arc'teryx would say, well, we're going to make these jackets up this way with zippers here, there, and there. What do you think? And we'll give you half a dozen. Try them out and give us a feedback what you like or don't like. So that relationship was beneficial both for them, I presume, certainly for us.
There's a lot of individual donors that provide everything from $5 to very significant amounts of money that we really require for our facility maintenance and some of our more specialized training programs. All sorts of people that take a lot of pride in North Shore Rescue on the North Shore and really go above and beyond to help us and to make our work in the community feel like a real privilege.
If we identify a need, the community steps forward and seemingly meets the need. For example, the Arnold Wallner SAR station at Cleveland Dam for the helicopter operations.
We had to put in a new facility there, and one of the residents of North Van came to us and said, I'd like to make a contribution. Turned out he made a contribution that covered more than half the cost of the building and its equipment from a single individual.
When I joined, we had North Shore 1, and wherever we got a call, whether it was up Seymour or Cypress, Lynn Valley, we would drive North Shore 1, and it had all our equipment in it. Well, of course, the truck was always overloaded to the point where it probably wasn't safe to drive on the road.
We needed a new vehicle, and it was a concept I believe as the truck officer I dreamed up getting a new vehicle and a new North Shore 1, as we called it, and fully got support from the powers that be, Jerry and Tim at the time.
Tim Jones and I went on TV in 1997, and I got a phone call from the founder of Whistler Mountain, who had since retired, but Franz Wilhelmsen. He gave us the first $100 on the job of raising the money for North Shore One. So it came from everywhere.
Our funding back then was so minimal. We'd go to meetings and talk about spending $25 and argue about spending $25. And then suddenly we were buying a several $100,000 vehicle and with this $12,000 budget that we had. And it was really scary. I have to give credit to where credit's due. Tim took up the fundraising banner, and we managed to break down the walls, and the money started to come in. We could fund things like North Shore One and all the new vehicles.
We've been very fortunate that the public trust in us and our use of their money has been such that they feel free and ready and willing to contribute. The box on Rescue 1, the big search and rescue base operation truck, we needed the box. Jack Monroe happened to be heavily involved with the building of the fast ferries and decided once he heard that we needed a box, come down with some drawings and we'll build you a box. And that box is the box on the back of North Shore 1. We didn't ever bang on Jack Monroe's front door, but he heard about it and thought, I'll contribute that, and it was done.
We also have amazing donors that have donated vehicles outright. So our Jeep that we have, our North Shore 5, which is used as a lot of our public events, and some of our quick access and quick, pickups for subjects and stuff in some areas, we can just send somebody in the Jeep. And that vehicle was donated by the Tate family. As for maintaining those fleets, it's costly.
Donor support is essential for us to remain operational in all of the facets of rescue we do, whether it's rope rescue or avalanche-related gear. It's expensive and it needs to be replaced frequently enough so that, again, the donor support is critical.
For a lot of this gear, they have a in-service life, and after that amount of time, they then have to be replaced. So the importance of the donors and being able to get support to buy this stuff keeps us current, keeps us operational, and keeps us safe.
We were very fortunate on the North Shore with the communications infrastructure we have and the number of repeaters, because we do have second to none coverage. There's very few areas that we can't have communication on those channels. Just the backing of the community and the supporters, it's a lot of money to be able to install and operate this radio network.
We had one unfortunate situation. There was a police incident with a young teenager that resulted in the teenager losing their life. Terribly unfortunate. The family said, we would like to make this money available in our son's name to a worthwhile organization, and they chose North Shore Rescue. And the fund is known as the Danny Posse Fund.
In this province, we have a long-standing tradition of unpaid professionals doing ground SAR.
I think it's still a lot of people think that we are paid. A lot of residents think that it actually costs money to call North Shore Rescue.
And that's always been a bone of contention with a lot of people. The public say, you got to charge those people, right?
They should account for some of the expense themselves, and it'll deter other people from doing it. Don't you ever ski where you're not supposed to?
Yeah.
And are we supposed to come and rescue you?
I don't know, I guess it's my own fault, so leave me out there.
It's one of the things about not charging for rescues, or if they're charged for a rescue, well, we're going to have to pay, so we'll just hold off on calling. But the problem then is the search area becomes huge, right?
They do it time and time again, risk life and limb for strangers who break the rules.
We'll go out and do the job, but it's frustrating when we know they did, or we certainly suspect that they did it deliberately.
Hey, you're not even getting paid.
That's right, I missed work. I'm supposed to be at work right now.
A lot of the media would make big headlines out of these snowboarders who went out of bounds purposely. But when you realize that people make mistakes, people get lost. It's not always a bunch of teenagers who purposely went out in search of thrills. There's a lot of people who get into trouble that didn't mean to.
Even with an active search, the air crew captured these pictures today of people in the out-of-bounds areas.
You wouldn't believe it, but we're still seeing more out-of-bounds skiers and snowboarders coming off the top of Cypress. So,
The view that the public has of us, that's really in large part due to our presence in the media.
An emotional reunion with family after two friends spent a cold, unexpected night up in the mountains by Lions Bay.
Played a huge role in our ability to progress as a team.
Every single one of them was just amazing. They were so incredible, and I really can't praise them enough.
You know, if you look back at the history of the team, this is something that the team has been very strategic about.
A lot of this could have been prevented if a trip plan was in place. And
building that brand about what we do, how important we are for the community, and that we want to do our best to support them.
For the North Shore Search and Rescue Squad, it was just another routine operation.
You ask who North Shore Rescue is, it's because of video and interviews and pictures and scenarios and people thanking. If you don't see that, you don't get the funding.
There's so many searches going on on almost a weekly basis that they're in the news all the time, and their fundraising, I think, is going quite well, and they've finally got some equipment that they really need to go out and help the people.
We were very fortunate to get a donation from Port Metro Vancouver of a forward-looking infrared camera. And in order to install that on various helicopters that Talon Helicopters had, that required funding. Then we were the first team in the province to have the Reco heli-mounted detector, but now we have to pay for flight time to do training on it. Then we started getting into hoist operations. Again, that's a larger aircraft, more cost. And we had the vision, you know what? If we're gonna hoist it in the day, maybe we can hoist at night. It's never been done before. So we needed to work on that. We had to do that training in the background to build a case to sell that to the province.
The province gives money, but it's not as sustainable as it could be. It could be a regular line item in a budget ongoing, so they know what is coming every year.
The BC SAR Association, that was one of their mandates, was to secure more personal funding from the government, and we did actually get almost $10 million, but that's divided among 79 teams, 3,400 members, and the equipment, et cetera, for all of that is costly.
The BC Search and Rescue Association, they're the overlying umbrella that supports the 78 search and rescue groups. They also have a critical incident stress program, which is also offered through BC SARA, and then they also support the BC Adventure Smart program, and that's all funded through emergency management and climate readiness.
So don't get stuck in the dark. Follow the 3 T's and pack a reliable light source. In an emergency, call 911 and stay put until help arrives. There's no charge for rescue.
We feel that the provincial and federal funding is extremely important for programs such as Adventure Smart because they save lives and they're cost effective. We truly believe that it's in the public interest to fund these organizations.
The municipalities have always recognized the importance of the rescue team. I think, over the years there's been different levels of support. We support them through administrative services, through North Shore Emergency Management, but they have a big job to fill. I think they're worth their weight in gold.
We still have to get our support also from the community, and donations are extremely important for us.
Thank you so much.
It's amazing how many people come to our website and push the donation button. It shows the commitment of the community in support of our team.
What people don't see in the background is the community support that's helped us with funding our training, our equipment, just kind of day-to-day stuff, and that moral support. It all helps. It makes you feel good when you know you've got a community standing behind you.
We've been so fortunate that we went from doing hot dog sales generating money to actually having sustainable donations coming in from the community. And that has made a massive difference on our team because it allows us to focus on being prepared for the calls, focusing on our training, focusing inward on our mental health. And it takes some of the pressure off search and rescue members getting out and fundraising to doing what they're doing best in the community, and that's responding to calls and providing optimal patient care.
We need to, strive to continue to do what we do as best we can, mitigating that risk and keeping our members safe. We're really fortunate that we have support from our community to be able to do that.